Hey everybody, welcome to Married with Media Live. Our kind of weekly live stream. We talk about
Yeah.
new TV and movies that we've been watching.
Yeah.
And we're going to cover a lot tonight. We got a lot of stuff to talk about. A lot of stuff to talk about.
Look at that hair on there.
You talking about my hair?
I'm talking about your hair.
Oh, okay.
It's looking pretty spiky.
Yeah,
right
I
now,
need to get a
Ken.
haircut.
I
need to get a haircut.
I think it's time.
It might be time tomorrow. It might be time. What do you guys think? What do you guys think? Should I get a haircut soon?
Leave a thumbs up if you think Ken should get a haircut.
Who has time to get haircuts and all of that stuff when you got to go buy Blu-rays and watch movies and all that?
That's true.
All that junk. But yeah, we appreciate everybody that joins us. If you're watching on the replay, hit that like button and comment down below if you have any thoughts on anything that we discussed tonight. We got a full show. And if you haven't subscribed yet, hit the subscribe button as well. We got a full show. We're going to be talking about Free Guy. We went and saw Free Guy today.
We did.
It was pretty fun.
A little late to the game. You know, nowadays people are seeing it like Wednesday night, Thursday night.
Just so you guys know, we're going to be seeing all these new movies probably on Wednesdays. So like a full 5 days after.
Right. Yeah. It's just when it's going to work out for us.
Yeah.
But hey, it's better late than never,
it's nice to be back in the theater 2 weeks in a row. We saw Old last week and we saw Free Guy this week. So, it's cool. It's cool to be back in the theaters.
Yeah, it is.
Except for the fact that they don't really take care of their seats. And I got like black stuff all over my back when I left. It was weird.
Well, the leather seats at our theater, even though the theater is not that old.
No, it's not. But I mean, it's probably 10 years old.
Well, yeah, it doesn't seem like it's that old. But anyway, the leather seats are like starting to fall apart, and I guess.
And you can just tell they don't care to replace them.
Right.
I guess because they're not, gonna spend all that money on that. But
yeah, so like the leather seats are like shedding, and
that's like the nicest theater in the city.
I know.
So I don't know.
And it's
where
weird
because
I had never noticed it before. Had you?
No, but I mean it's. Yeah.
But maybe it was the one that we went in, like you said. It was like one of the older...
it's doing the same thing that our old... We used to have a leather couch. It did the same thing. Like the black stuff started peeling off. But anyway, the seats of the theater are doing that. This is
a stream about leather seats.
Theater seat talk here, guys. And it got all over my back. So when I got all I was picking stuff off my shirt. But other than that, Free Guy was awesome.
Yeah. And when we... if you watched our vlog that we put out today, like our... live reaction vlog. When we got there was literally no one there, but by the time the movie started, there was a good
because we got just to clarify, because we got some comments on that was like, oh, happy y'all got to watch it by yourselves. I was like, no, it wasn't full, but there was at least 20 people that came in. I was
gonna say, don't be dramatic.
No, there was at least 20 people in there.
Yeah,
maybe 15.
Yeah, people, they just get there right on time, which is good. But
everybody came last minute, but yeah, we got a Free Guy. We're going to be talking about Coda, the new Apple TV Plus movie we're going to talk about.
We literally just finished that.
Yeah, we just finished that. We're going to be talking about that White Lotus series finale and review. And just to let you all know, the things we're going to be doing spoilers on is Free Guy and the White Lotus. So if you guys haven't seen those, you may want to dip out when we talk about those or hit the mute button or something.
Yeah, it's really hard.
Put your phone down. You can still stay in the stream, But
there you go.
You don't have to listen.
Show a little support. It's just really hard to talk about shows without talking about spoilers.
I feel like we could dance around some of the other ones, and I feel like these two are like most of the people that probably watch the stream have seen these two things: White Lotus and Free Guy. But the other ones like Pig, we're going to talk about with Nicolas Cage. I don't really see a lot of people having seen that one yet.
Right.
A little bit more under the radar. I don't want to give out spoilers for a movie like that.
Yeah.
And then we got Ted Lasso and Mr. Corman, the Apple TV Plus shows that we're going to be talking about as well. So let's get into the chat. See if anybody's here tonight watching us. We got 4KD Ray in the chat.
Our number one fan,
the commissioner of the battle. He's got 2 awesome battles tomorrow night, and I have no idea how I advanced in the tournament, but I'm going to be battling maybe next week.
I know when I watched your battle. I mean, like everybody said, it was a close one.
Yeah.
I honestly, I don't think I told you this, but the last round, I thought, because I was seeing the comments, roll in, and I'm like,
I thought I lost too.
I don't think he got it. I thought
Silence of the
Turner.
Lambs is a
I
great
thought Turner
pick. Turner
fan
fans in
got
the
it.
chat too. Yeah,
I
that Silence of the
know.
Lambs was a freaking monster pick.
I was
That
like,
was a great pick.
oh, and you somehow pulled it off.
I have no idea.
I think
how.
you were in shock. You probably still are.
But I'm trying to get her on the next battle. I'm gonna get like a Ric Flair robe, and I'm gonna try to get you to take it off for me when I come out. Try to bring back the entrance.
Right.
I don't know if you'll do that though.
I'll do it if you really want me to.
No, I don't. That would make me lose. Patrick Coran's in here. What's up, man? Hello. How is it going tonight? What's up, man? How are you doing? Turner fan 77. Ken, I agree. I forget what I said to make you agree, Turner fan, but I'm glad you agree.
These quicker, man.
At least you agree with me. She never does. She never does. 4KD Ray says first showing of the day is always the best way to see a movie in peace. It definitely is. Definitely is. I miss.
Well, it's like we kind of 11 o'clock was the earliest showing, and we kind of have to do that to like be able to get done and get back in time to like start with school pickup.
I mean, this is nothing new for me. This is what I used to do.
Yeah, it's
used
definitely,
to say I was crazy.
It's definitely new for me.
Like, I can't believe you do that when the kids are in school, and now you're doing it too.
Well, it's definitely, like I've said this, I think I've said this before, but this is like a whole new like time in our life, I guess, like to where both of our kids are in school and like we have a day together. It's just, it's unusual. Like, like
yep, it has never happened.
Yeah, we only ever get that like if we get a babysitter. So which is like maybe once a month.
Yeah, and we got to go eat breakfast this morning.
Yeah, so
I got like avocado toast and eggs, and it was nice. It was a nice morning.
We went to First Watch, so you have to let us know if there's a First Watch.
Not the Night's Watch, but First Watch.
Watch.
5 people in here. Appreciate everybody joining us. Let's get into Free Guy. You want to talk about Free Guy? And yes, I brought back the. I think I have them. I brought back my cool little overlays, and I got my posters up there. And there you go. You put your hand out. I didn't know what you were doing. I thought you were getting ready to grab my chin.
No. It's always like fun to like point at something that's not really there.
Oh yeah, it's there. It's there. But yeah, let's talk Free Guy. We shared our thoughts, our like instant reactions of the movie today, but just to get a little bit deeper into it. It was a fun movie. I think we said that already, but I enjoyed it. What did you think of it? Let's hear your thoughts.
The way that you're saying that is
it's with a lot of these movies, especially people that go in like do like the pre-screenings and stuff like that. The reactions are so high and the hype level gets elevated. I feel like on some of these a little bit higher than they probably need to be. It's just a really fun movie.
Yeah, I mean.
And there's people that were praising this as the best movie of the year, which I can kind of see people saying that this year hasn't been the greatest.
Right.
But it temper your expectations. It's not like Avengers Endgame or something. I saw somebody quote that this is the best movie they saw since Avengers Endgame.
Well, I think so. I know someone I saw that said that.
I don't even remember where I saw it, to be honest.
I saw someone say that it's the most fun they've had in a theater since Endgame, or right? Endgame? Is that what they were saying? It was comparable to. So I think for what this movie was, I think that I thought it was great. I feel like it was, supposed to be funny, fun, make you feel good, like all the things. And I feel like it accomplished that. We talked in our vlog. Yeah, it's not perfect. A lot of movies aren't really. Like, what is perfect anyway? Like, does it exist? Should it exist? I don't know.
Yeah.
And plus it's all about like perception or whatever. Like, what everybody thinks perfect is different. You're just being so quiet.
I'm letting you talk.
But I don't know. I enjoyed it. I'm not gonna say like, oh my God, it was amazing or anything, but I don't know if I'm gonna really say that about anything, really. You know what I mean? Yeah. So I don't know. I thought it was fun. I totally get like why so many people were playing like the Mariah Carey song. because I kept seeing that when people would share it, they would add that song with it. And I mean, I know you said that it was in one of the previews.
It was in the very first preview.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's very tight. And I said that I wonder how much Mariah Carey actually got paid for this movie, because she's literally like a character in the movie. They play that song so much.
Well, to clarify, she's not actually in it.
But her song is like, feels like every 10 minutes they're playing the song.
Right. But there's a reason why.
Yeah.
I mean, you remember why.
Yeah, they built it into the story.
Right. So I feel like I've kind of gone on a little rant there. But anyway, I thought that it was a lot of fun. And I really enjoyed the I liked how they had, the game story, and then they had the like real life.
Yeah, which I didn't know they were going to do that. So that was a nice surprise.
Yeah.
It wasn't just like all in the game.
Yeah. So, I mean, if we're going to talk about spoilers, which I feel like they didn't show that stuff in the preview, did they?
No. They didn't show the real, not from what I saw, but I don't watch all the trailers. Right. I watched the first one.
Spoiler alert. Here's your spoiler right now. But basically, with this movie, that Ryan Reynolds is in a video game or whatever, but what you don't know is out in the real world, there were like, you get to see like the people who essentially created this video game world, which the game itself is called what? Free.
It's I don't know.
Free World?
It's not Free World.
Free
it's something
people?
Else. It's something that starts with free.
It's free something.
Yeah, if somebody remembers and they've seen the movie, call it out in the chat for us. We'd appreciate it.
They literally say it like so many times. Yeah. But it's cool because, you get to see all these like game creators and stuff, and like there's some the big guy, the manager, whatever you want to call him. He's basically stolen
Taika Waititi's character.
Yeah. He basically like stole like the writing or the codes for a game that what's his name? Joe from Stranger Things.
Joe Keery, Steve from Stranger Things, what I call him, but he has a name in the movie, and I'm gonna look it up right now. I'm stalling, so you keep talking.
Yeah, we suck at this. But him, while you're pulling it up, you might as well look her up too.
Yeah, so his name is Keys in the movie.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, they say that a million times too.
And then the girl's name is Millie. And that's Jodie Corner. And she's
right. So essentially the guy and the girl, they've wrote this game together.
Yeah.
They've made this game together. And basically the one guy like stole it from him, and they were kind of like trying to just forget about it, but the girl could never drop it. And so she was basically like she would log into the game to play the game. And
was it Free City?
Yeah, I think that might be right.
Is it Free City? I'm sorry, it just came to me.
Yeah, that might be right.
Free City, I think that's it.
Yeah.
It's like a GTA or something.
Mm-hmm. So she would like log into the game to she was like trying to find like where the guy like hid the code or something. He like hid the code within the game or something, and she kept trying to figure it out, and basically she meets Ryan Reynolds' character.
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like it's so hard to explain. I feel like I'm not good at explaining stuff, like the story and everything.
Yeah, it's she meets Ryan Reynolds' character. He's basically like Emmett from the Lego Movie, is what I compared to. It felt like very much like every day is the same. He's the mindless character that just goes through life, and he even gets his coffee in the morning like Emmett does.
True.
So it's like very much the same setup, and then all of a sudden he realizes that the things around him aren't what they seem, and there's something off, and there's like something in him.
Well, it's cool because he was programmed based on Keys.
Their code. Yeah.
Yeah. He was basically the two creators secretly loved each other, basically. And they just never had confessed their feelings for one another. So they basically like made the game represent their feelings and stuff like that. And so he was
programmed to love that girl, and
then when she showed up
it unlocked something without him and made him self-aware. So basically he's like a self-aware AI inside the game. So but just getting into like the movie has some fun action. The characters fun, all the performances are good. I mean, Ryan Reynolds really at this point is, we've talked about this before we went live. He is kind of playing like this, the typical Ryan Reynolds role.
Right.
He does very much have a shtick that's kind of carried over since
To
the very
a lot of
beginning,
this
really,
stuff, yeah.
like Van Wilder, but it really like intensified when he got into playing Deadpool.
Yeah.
And that definitely carries over into this film as well.
Right.
I think he's really good. He's good at what he does.
Yeah.
He's
And
entertaining
then
to watch.
what is the one guy, his friend?
Lil Rel Howery.
I didn't know that was his name.
The guy who's in everything is what we call him, because he was
Yeah.
the first movie I ever saw him in was Get Out. He's great in Get Out.
Yeah, I mean he's pretty good in everything.
He was in
really.
like Uncle Drew, and he was in The Father with Kevin Hart's Fatherhood.
Yeah.
That we just watched, and he's in a lot of stuff.
He's pretty funny. So his name was Buddy.
Yeah, he's like his friend,
right,
in the movie, and then
so they had like a lot of like cute scenes. I don't know, like.
Yeah, and then Jodie Corner, the only thing she's in was Killing Eve with
the
Sandra
show.
Oh.
Gotcha. Which we have not seen. So.
Which she was good in the movie.
She was. Yeah, I liked her.
Good kind of like female action hero type character, I would
right.
say.
Yeah.
This movie does represent, I think, video games better than a lot of movies do.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, like both
comparable to Jumanji, I think that did a good job doing that as well.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel like this one though was like so, like, I guess relatable, or like represented it even better, like with current times and stuff. I don't know. Like both of our kids are into games and stuff like Fortnite and all that, and like that is, I feel like, pretty heavy in this game.
And the guy that directed this, I know you don't like me getting into directors and stuff, but I didn't realize just how extensive his filmography is. I mean, he worked on Stranger Things. He directed like 8 episodes of Stranger Things. All of the Night at the Museum movies with Ben Stiller.
I can see that.
He did The Internship with Owen Wilson and Vince Vaughn. This Is Where I Leave You. So he has some drama in there. Real Steel, which is one we haven't seen. Date Night. He's the Pink Panther with Steve Martin. Like, he's directed a lot of movies. Cheaper by the Dozen, Just Married.
Oh, wow.
Tons of movies. So he has a very, very extensive filmography, and he did a great job with this movie. So yeah, it doesn't surprise me that a guy with that kind of filmography that's done these types of movies, especially doing all the Night at the Museum movies, would make a movie, a fun movie like this.
Yeah.
With a good amount of heart as well, I think.
Yeah. Yeah. Like I said, I really enjoyed the like love story aspect of it. Not just to be like your typical girl, but
it took me out of it a little bit.
Did it?
Yeah. The scene with them at the end staring across the street at each other, I was like, it was a little cheesy.
Oh, I mean, maybe that, but I thought that the scene where her and Guy kissed and it like unlocked him again, and you saw all those cool like things coming out of his head and stuff.
Yeah.
Like he had like, I don't know. I thought that was cool.
Well, I think the reason it didn't hit me was because she spends the whole movie with Guy. So it's like they're the two that have the chemistry. And then by the time you get to the end, it's like you're expected to buy their relationship together when they really haven't been with each other like that the whole movie.
Right.
So it was just hard to accept, I guess.
Yeah.
Even though it made sense in context of the movie.
Right.
But yeah, I mean, I really didn't have a ton of problems with this or anything. Like I said, I didn't love the giant Hulk Ryan Reynolds dude or whatever his name was.
Yeah, dude.
I thought that was a little tacked on and kind of goofy. But I'll get into the chat, see what you guys are saying. We got, let's see, Patrick Coran said, somebody asked my thoughts on Die Hard with a Vengeance.
People love bringing over your channel here.
Well, I mean, that's a movie. I don't know. It's good. It's been a long time since I've seen it. I honestly need to rewatch it, but I remember liking it as a kid. Should I see Free Guy in standard or IMAX? I mean, I liked it in IMAX.
Yeah, we saw it in IMAX. I mean,
I would say definitely in IMAX.
Yeah. I honestly don't know if I would notice a difference, but they want to make you think that you would.
No, I mean, this is like a big, like, sprawling action film.
I know, but it's like I feel like it would be just as fine.
Yeah.
In another theater, I don't know.
Yeah, I like First Watch. They're pretty good. Awesome, you got some First Watches down there in North Carolina. I didn't realize that the chain went out that far. If you all could replace a couple in a TV show or movie, whom would it be? I don't know. That's a tough question.
If you could replace a couple in a TV show or movie.
That's a tough
Oh, like
question.
me and you.
Oh, if we could replace a couple?
Like if we could go into a show or a movie. Well, okay, so when we were younger, like pre-kids, we used to love watching King of Queens.
Oh,
And
yeah.
I feel like
You
that show was pretty like relatable for us.
Yeah, you definitely give me probably as much shit as Carrie gave Doug. That's for sure.
Yeah, so I'm gonna say King of Queens.
The only difference is your dad doesn't live with us yet,
That's true.
which I could see
But-
happening someday.
Come on. So yeah, I mean, wouldn't you agree? I think that's a good choice.
I think it's a good choice. Yeah, it's a great
I
choice.
feel like I'm kind of like her. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know. And I feel like you're kind of like him.
Yeah, no, you're right. The Blu-ray King here says, "What's up, y'all? What's up, Blu-ray King?" Says, "Free Guy was good."
Yep.
Fortnite, Portal, GTA were all references. Yeah, I didn't get the Portal reference until you just said it, but yeah, they are traveling.
Well, see, I was wondering what the Portal thing like. So it's an actual game.
Yeah, Portal. Yeah, I used to play it.
Yeah,
I know you watched me play it.
Yeah, wasn't it like a lot of white?
Yeah. The first one, you're in the white laboratory, and I played that back in like 2007, 2008 when it came out, and I played the second one too. I like the second one. J.K. Simmons, one of the voices.
Gotcha. Yeah, I do remember that game actually.
Yeah, I'm glad you said that. The Blu-ray King says the past about skins is funny because I've spent over 500 on Fortnite 2018, 2019, and I've quit this year. Okay, yeah, that's probably how much we've spent on our son.
So Ken over here hates giving our kids.
I've talked about this before.
Okay.
I hate it.
V-Bucks and Robux and all that stuff, but because
I'm
obviously
all about
he's
the physical and that's digital.
And kids nowadays are typically not. They don't care. They don't know.
They ain't having that. It's like, shut up, old man. I like my.
But yes, I feel you. Our kids like to spend money on.
I mean, I watch him play and all that new stuff that comes out. It all looks really cool.
Yeah, it's fun. It's fun stuff.
And it's like I would want it too.
They make it very enticing.
But it's whatever happened in the good old days where you played a game and you unlocked stuff like new skins by just playing the game and completing tasks and obstacles and objectives.
Well, life continues.
But it's not the 90s anymore, I guess.
4KD
Ray says, "What's up, King of Blu-rays?" Let's see. I thought the M was way too cheesy. It was a little cheese. The Blu-ray King says, "Hey there, 4K. Watch it in 3D. Awesome. Yeah, 3D. I haven't watched a movie in 3D since probably Cars 2. I think I took your little brother to see that. Doing a double feature Sunday. First up, Free Guy. Then I'm debating Don't Breathe 2 or Stillwater. Which one should I pick? I would say Don't Breathe 2 because I'm a horror guy. Stillwater looks like a Redbox rental, and I haven't heard like overwhelmingly positive things about it.
I don't know.
But I haven't heard great things about Don't Breathe either. Some people said it was okay. It was good, and some people said no. It's kind of divisive right now.
He really wants to see Don't Breathe 2, but I don't really.
We got a lot of stuff coming out this weekend, though, that we're going to cover tomorrow on our new this week, or what is it called? Weekend rollouts that we do. Oh, cool. I like Leah Remini. Yeah, she's cool. She's a cool chick. She's good and old school.
I'm not going to say I'm like her in real life because I know she's pretty controversial, isn't she?
Well, she was in like Scientology, but
stuff.
She got out of it, and she's like, out and all of a sudden she talks shit about Tom Cruise and all of them. I hate that my bank let me buy that stuff and my parents. I know, man. Think of all the Blu-rays you could have bought with that digital stuff. You just flushed your money down the toilet. AMC or Regal Unlimited Movie Pass. We don't have either. Yeah, the movie theater we go to isn't either one. One of mine loves spending her money on Robux. Same here. Robux and Fortnite and freaking Minecraft.
Yeah.
Those three. I saw Black Widow in 3D. Awesome. We still haven't seen it yet. But when we do, we'll talk about it. Also in 2017, I watched Emoji Movie in 3D IMAX. Really, that's my sister. She likes Robux too much. I know it. The Roblox is an epidemic. Yeah, Free Guy. What's your score? You got to give it a score. What's your score? Yeah, it's out of 5. You can do out of 10. I don't care if you do out of 10. You want to do the letters? A, B, C.
Oh my gosh.
I'll give it a circle out of a square. You could be cute with it and give it like 4 NPCs out of 5.
Well, I'll do out of 5 because we usually do that, right?
Yeah, you got to be consistent.
Out of 5. I'm gonna give it a 4.
4 out of a 5.
Mm-hmm.
I'll give it a 3.75 out of 5.
Oh, come on.
I give it a 3 points. I can't quite get it to a 4. I can't quite
All
get it to a 4.
because of being too long and a little cheese.
It was a little too long. They should have trimmed probably about 20 minutes off of it. And yeah, it was fun though. I liked the movie, but what did I give Suicide Squad? Like a 4 out of a 5?
I can't remember.
Maybe I give it a 4.5 out of 5. I don't know. Yeah, I'll give it a 3.7. I'm comfortable with that.
Okay.
So I'm sticking with it. I'm sorry.
There you go.
Let's talk Coda, Child of Deaf Adults. I don't think a lot of people have seen this, but it's on Apple TV Plus right now, a streaming service that we both enjoy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we literally just finished this one before we came on. We had to split it up over 2 nights.
Yeah.
Just because of when we started it and everything. But
this is a nice little heartwarming
family
feel
movie.
good family movie.
Yeah, it was. It was pretty emotional.
Yeah.
It was pretty emotional. It's about the mom, the dad, and the brother are all deaf, except for the daughter. And so she is kind of stuck, always being there to like translate for them, help them understand what other people are saying. And, they have like this boat where they sell fish and stuff. And so they depend on her a lot.
Yeah. It's kind of like the situation of like she can't get away from her family because her family needs her. And
right.
The setup is she gets into singing and she wants to go to like a school.
Yeah, I mean, she's about to graduate.
But her family needs her for the fishing business.
Right.
And she has to that's kind of the dilemma there.
Well, I saw where they said it was kind of a coming of age story. And I mean, it is.
Oh, yeah, it's coming of age.
Because, yeah, she is a senior in high school. And like you just said, she has a passion for music and singing, and she has a really good voice. Like, I mean, she sings great. And, it's kind of like ironic, I guess, because her family's deaf and they can't even hear her and they don't even know how good she is.
Yeah.
And they're kind of like, oh, you don't want to go to music school. But then I feel like towards the end, they realize like how good she actually is because of how other people are reacting to her singing.
Yeah.
And there's this really sweet scene at the end where her dad asks her to sing to him, and he kind of like holds her neck to like feel the vibrations or whatever. And so that was pretty, like I was about to cry, honestly.
There you go.
It was pretty sweet. So
yeah, it was a good movie.
Yeah, it was sweet.
It was a good movie. It kind of, I like that it had my boy from Sing Street in it, which I didn't even realize until the end.
Yeah, you didn't even realize.
I was like, why does that kid look so familiar, like
her
boyfriend in the movie? And I love the movie Sing Street, which
I have still not seen.
Highly underrated. Like more people need to see that. If you haven't seen the movie Sing Street, check that out. I forget his name. It's like Pedro Walsh or something, but he's an Irish kid, and I guess he's doing an English accent.
Okay.
But I guess they cast him because his role requires him to sing. So they were like, "Hey, we need a kid actor that can sing," and they got him. Who better?
I mean,
the girl was.
I didn't feel like he was.
But he was playing a high schooler like 5 years ago. So like I know he's like 25 now, and I feel like she was a little younger, so that kind of felt a little strange.
Really?
But he could still.
I felt like he still looked like a little awkward.
Yeah, it's just teenager. Once I knew who he was. Yeah, that's when it kind of got a little weird for me. But overall, it's a good movie. What would you give Coda?
What would you give Coda?
I would give Coda a 3.5 out of a 5.
Yeah, I think that's fair.
I think it's slightly above average. It's not great.
Right.
It's just a nice, feel-good family movie. And there's nothing wrong with that. It does what it sets out to do.
Right.
Nothing more, nothing less.
Yeah.
So I give it 3.5 out of 5.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree with that. I think I'll say the same.
All right.
Yep.
Let's move on. I forgot still got my free guy banner up. Why aren't you on top of this?
Wow.
You have to be. Look, I'll put it up right there at the end. All right. So what are we talking about next?
Professional.
White Lotus. Oh, Lord Almighty.
All right, 4K.
Ready to get into this.
Where are you at, 4K?
Are you ready to get into this?
I'm ready.
Tossed salad and scrambled eggs.
Well, that happened a few episodes ago. This time it was taking a shit on some clothes.
Oh, God.
Okay.
You got right into it.
Let's just get right into it because literally everyone is talking about this. So, spoiler alert. I wish you could like throw up some poop emojis or something.
Yeah, well, maybe if the Blu-ray King's still in here.
He'll
help us out. I forgot to address the chat real quick before we and then you go pay for online subscription. Ken, thanks for the great content, says Biver the Hobbit. Well, thank you for watching, man. Thank you for watching.
I think he's talking about your channel, you know?
Well, I mean, he's watching us here right now. So
That's
he's talking
true.
about
That's
both.
true.
I would say. Ben Grimm says Free Guy was surprisingly good. I agree. Feel like I've been seeing trailers for it for years. I know. I feel like I think I saw the first one in 2019, to be honest.
Yeah, I mean they've been making these movies and then COVID and
yeah. And Turner fan says we will definitely be checking out Code. I would recommend it.
Yeah, I would definitely recommend it.
All right, back to White Lotus.
Okay, so look, I start talking about shit and people leave.
They're gone. They're gone. Well, I mean, they might not want to know spoilers.
We got Film Geeks in the chat. Okay, so
what's up, Film Geeks?
4K. Finale was
raunchy. There he goes.
Okay, so let's see. What do I want to say here? I mean, should we just go right to that, or should we just start at the beginning?
Was it a satisfying ending for you overall? Did it ruin this? Did it make or break the show? Are you still a fan of the show? Because a lot of people are very divisive on this ending.
Right.
Divided. I guess
okay, so even though I liked, is it Armand or
Armand? Yeah, we'll say Armand.
Yeah, we might be saying
the hotel.
The hotel manager.
Manager, yeah.
If you know, you know. He was like that character that you liked and didn't like at the same time. Like I liked him, but it's like he was kind of just a hot mess.
Yeah, he was a train wreck. He was a dumpster fire.
And then, you know, once he started like relapsing and, you know, he found the girl's bag of prescriptions and stuff, he just like went off the deep end. And but anyway, so I feel like the ending, even though it wasn't what I maybe would have wanted to happen, I feel like it does make sense based on where they've been leading us, like where they led us through the whole show. Like they've been building up, you know, between him and what's his name?
Who?
You don't know.
I don't know who you're talking about.
The guy, the one that always hated him and complained.
Oh, I have no idea. I don't remember his name. I remember any of these characters.
Wow.
But I know you're talking about Alexander Daddario's husband.
Yes.
Yeah.
So.
You expect me to remember names?
Well, you had your phone out, so.
Okay. His name on the show is Shane.
Shane, but did we say Armand right? Armand.
Yeah, Armand.
So I felt like through the season I felt like
well, you knew somebody was going to die.
We knew someone was going to die.
We were speculating on who.
And I mean, he definitely was on my radar being a possible someone that might be the one that died.
Yeah.
Okay. And I feel like it's appropriate, I guess, because like I said, they've been going at it at each other. And so, you know, he decided to break into the room and keep on doing. And then, you know, we got the infamous shit scene. And I mean, honestly, have you ever seen that before?
Have you ever seen a guy shit? I've never seen shit the way that was shot. I feel like that's a tongue twister.
Say that.
I've never seen somebody shit. I've never seen somebody shoot somebody's shit the way that I don't even know how to say it. Was shot. The angles that they got on that was just like ridiculous.
So most of the time, you know, if there's
like maybe a dog you'll see do that.
Right. So yeah. So anyway, for those of you that don't know, the hotel manager, he's got access to all the rooms. So he goes up into the room of this guy this customer who is always complaining, never happy. You're really laughing over here. And so he decides he's going to take a shit in the guy's suitcase on top of his clothes.
That's what you do.
Because that's what you do. Not to mention, before he did this, he did just get did he shoot some wands of Coke or something?
He shot a bunch of lines of Coke and drank. And
he was not coherent or whatever. But anyway, but he knew what he was doing. And so the scene where, you're used to somebody's taking a shit, they might show the face. You might see some grunting, some straining or something. But never do you see the zoom out with their ass in the air and then seeing an actual turd come out of their ass.
I like the way you explained it.
Never do you see that. And when it was happening, well, there were 2 drops.
Yeah.
So we're just looking over at each other are we actually seeing this right now?
Yeah, but moving on past the poop.
I'm sorry, it's the main.
Then you have the death of Armand. Spoiler.
Right. So we get this really tense scene of, in the hotel room, there's a wall, and we get the whole scene where, one of them is coming around one side and the other one's coming around the other side. And up until this point, what's his name? Shane has no idea that it's the hotel manager in there.
Yeah.
He knows someone is in
there.
He
hates his guts.
Right. He doesn't know it's him, though. He knows someone's in there because he heard a bang or whatever. And so
he hit his head against the wall.
Yeah. Shane grabs a knife because they have knives to cut up pineapple. And you see the scene, and Armand, I don't know why he didn't know he was coming that way. So they both are coming around the same way. And I'm like, oh my God. And then,
stabs him right in the heart.
Stabs him. Well, I don't think it was in the heart, but.
Well,
it
might
was
not have been.
Stabbed
might have been somewhere
counted.
where he could come back.
Yeah, that's true. They stabbed him. And then Shane is like, oh shit, like you said, even though he didn't like this guy
but he's not a murderer.
Right. He's not, anybody. Even though he's a douchebag or whatever.
Yeah.
But then we, see Armand stumble back and he falls into the bathtub, and then you just kind of see him there, and then
well, let me just ask you this, because I feel like I haven't really read anything about people that didn't like this finale. I don't know what people are saying about it, but
yeah, they're just saying worst ending ever.
I feel like this ending was pretty consistent with the rest of the show.
Agreed.
The show itself wasn't to be taken that seriously the whole time.
Right.
It wasn't this very serious drama mystery show. There was a lot of comedy and
other stories too.
It got a little deep here and there,
right?
And in certain parts with the drama and stuff. But overall, it was a very comical show, very lighthearted.
And
show.
It was also more. It was about more than just who.
I was trying to figure out what they were going to do to make it get so dark for us to even have the murder. Because up until the end of episode 5, I was like, how is it going to get so dark in the last episode that we're going to see a murder?
Well,
it doesn't even feel like we're heading that direction.
For a little bit, we thought that what's her name? We thought that Tanya's character, or Jennifer Coolidge, plays her. I thought that it was her love interest that she met. I thought it was going to be him that died. Don't drink all that.
Yeah. Sorry.
Because he kept having really bad coughing fits, and I forget, didn't he? Yeah, he finally said something about it, right?
Yeah.
He was
he didn't say what he had. What he said was, I could drop dead at any moment.
Right.
Which brings us into the theory that you brought up, and that is, what if it's not Armand in the casket? What if it's the guy that's in the casket that died and he was actually saved? But do you actually think that's what happened?
I mean, because, just so you know, we got news that there is going to be a season 2. But I've also heard that it's a different location and a different cast. So I don't know. A lot of people did really like Armand's character.
Yeah.
So I feel like it's possible that they could want to write him back in because so many people wanted to see him again. Because, he was fantastic.
Yeah.
I mean, did you like him in this show?
Yeah, he was great.
Yeah, I thought he was great.
I liked everybody in this show.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't love Alexandra Daddario's character. She was
No.
very annoying, but I
Mhm.
felt like she was wrote that way. She did a good job in the part.
Yeah, I mean,
But yeah, everybody else I loved.
I honestly don't think that she's that great anyway, though.
No, she's not. But you had Connie Britton was great. Jennifer Coolidge was maybe one of the standouts of the whole show.
I mean, her
as far as like just the
character
comedic
was
aspect,
comical. Like she was a hot mess express.
Yeah.
Like the scenes where she would just like start crying and it was just too much.
The son was good. Jake Lacey was great as that kind of old douchebag guy. Sydney Sweeney was really good as like the teenage girl role.
Yeah, I mean,
her friend was kind of annoying.
Was kind of like
same as Alexandra Daddario. Wasn't too into that.
She was kind of just lackluster. I don't know.
The woman that did the the facials and stuff, she was good. Not the facials, but like the whatever
she worked at the spa.
Yeah, the spa. Yeah. She was good. Steve Zahn. I love Steve Zahn. He was fantastic in the show too.
Yep.
It was really awesome seeing him back doing something again. So overall, it didn't ruin the show for me. I still thought it was a really good show. Overall, if I was going to rate it, I give it a 4 out of 5.
Yeah.
I liked the show.
Yeah.
I liked it a lot. Now, am I going to be down for a season 2 with none of the cast back? I don't know.
Right.
But
yeah.
We'll
I mean, I'm trying to think. Oh, and I mean, I think we've talked about this before, but like just the music.
Yeah, the music was great.
The music in this show just really added so much. I don't know the word I'm looking for, but it just like really made
pizzazz.
It just really made the scenes.
Pizzazz, is that a thing?
It's a thing, but I don't know if it's this thing.
What would you give it? You gotta give it a score.
Well, I know. I was thinking.
Come on, we got Mr. Corman's, Ted Lasso's.
I know.
We got pigs to talk about here.
Pigs.
Yeah, we got pigs. We got pigs to talk about.
I don't know. I kind of want to give it like a 4.5, honestly.
Damn, that good.
Yeah.
I don't even remember what I gave Mare, but I would put it on the same level as Mare, I guess.
I might
put Mare. I feel like Mare had higher highs.
Mm-hmm.
But the ending of Mare wasn't as satisfying for me. I don't know.
Yeah.
That stuff. I'd probably put them on the same level. I don't know what I gave Mare though.
Yeah. Yeah. So
I like them both for different reasons. They're two very different shows.
They are. I know. That makes it hard. But okay, moving along.
All right, so
go watch White Lotus, guys, if you have HBO Max.
Watch White Lotus. What are you guys?
It's a fun ride. 6 episodes, so they're all out now. Just go binge them and
let's see
tell us
who we got in here.
How awesome!
Film Geek says Free Guy was fire, and I still need to see Pig. Go watch that Pig, man. I didn't like how everyone left happy and okay. At least one person should have still left in shambles.
Well, so yeah, that just really quickly, that was another thing. So apparently you'll remember, but the guy who created it and everything,
Mike White.
Apparently this show was to talk about like rich people and their privilege.
Yeah,
and it talks about
all throughout the show.
It just talked. It was apparently the ending was to show how if you have money, you can come out on top even after dealing with shit like murder and stuff like that. Like because you have money.
Yeah.
That kind of thing. So I try not to like dig in that deep. Like I feel like that's getting into like
stuff we're not yet equipped to handle yet.
Not that, but I hate it when like things get political or like they're sending a message. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you felt that through most of the show, I would say. Mostly through the perspective of her friend.
Yeah, I try to like ignore that stuff because it really gets on my nerves. But
yeah,
it's not that I'm oblivious to it. I just yeah.
And we're watching entertainment, entertain us.
Yeah, I don't need
don't
all
preach
that
to us.
bullshit.
Chandler says, sorry, was late. Just wanted to say hi. Also, how's everyone doing tonight? We're doing great, Chandler. Thank you for being here. Ken Pope with 4 pigs. Yeah, we'll get to those pigs here in a second. Hey, Chandler, and hey, 4KD Ray. All right, so let's talk about Mr. Corman. The first 3 episodes.
Yeah.
This is a really good show.
So Mr. Corman is on Apple TV Plus, and it's got a hair on me. Joseph Gordon-Levitt.
Joseph Gordon-Levitt.
Levitt, yes.
Jay Levs.
Yeah, and I feel like he's kind of like Paul Rudd in the fact that he doesn't.
Hold on, not everybody's Paul Rudd. We can't put him up to that level yet. Maybe a little bit.
Hold on. I was gonna say though, he's like that kid who ages well.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll bring up the ages.
I don't know if I ever looked up how old he was because we were talking about this. Like he's been around for quite a while, guys.
Well, he was a teenager in 1999 when they did. What was it? How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days? No, it's not that.
No, 10 Things I Hate About You.
So they both have 10 in the title. But yeah, he just turned 40, so he's 40 right now.
Exactly. Yeah. So he's not as old as Paul Rudd, but anyway, I just think, I don't know. I like him. Yep. I think he's a good actor. He's been in like several like bigger known things.
He's a child actor.
Yeah.
So he's
he's made it past the child.
For him to sustain, it's very rare for that to happen.
Yeah, he was in
he hasn't always been the hottest thing ever, but he's
what's the movie with
been
Leonardo?
Consistent. He was in Inception. He's 500 Days of Summer. He definitely had a hot streak. Looper, like he's been in a lot of good movies.
Yeah, Looper. Yeah, so this show is, I didn't really know much about it.
Yeah.
I think I had recommended it to you.
Yeah.
I mean, you may have had heard about it or whatever, but
no,
anyway,
you brought it to my attention first.
Yeah. So once we got into the show, again with Apple TV, it seems to be a theme to where the episodes are like 30 to 40 minutes. So real nice, easy watches, especially for us with kids and everything. Yeah. But this show has kind of like, it turned into like something I didn't know that it was going to be.
Well, I think one thing we should talk about is the first episode was, the show's created by Joseph Gordon-Levitt himself.
It's cool. Yeah, it's cool because he
wrote by him, it's directed by him,
and
it stars him.
Yeah.
So that's what I like about Apple TV Plus, because they have the money obviously to back it up, and they're just giving these stars the money to like do their own thing and be creative.
Right.
And this show it feels extremely personal.
It is.
It feels like you're looking into the life of Joseph Gordon-Levitt. Like this is how he feels in real life almost.
Yeah. So I actually creeped on him on Instagram. And I mean, I don't know if I should say creep or I just.
Were you creeping on J-Lev?
Just looked him up. But it seems like whenever a celebrity is not on social media, they always get one right before something comes out so that they can promote it.
Yeah.
So anyway, because I don't think if you look, his Instagram's not been around.
I'm pretty sure he made a YouTube channel last year during the quarantine.
Yeah, he might have. So anyway, I was going to say though, along with what you just said, he said that he's been wanting to make this for a while to tell this story. And so I do feel like it's very personal.
And this show, like, I don't think anybody else would have made this show for him. Like, it's very offbeat and has a really different style to it.
It does have a very different style.
I mean, it turned into a full-on musical in like the last 10 minutes of the last episode we watched.
Yeah, so there is this like this last episode did have like a whole like musical scene to it, but even prior to that, there were like musical aspects to it. Like there, like, with like beats and stuff. Like it's like there was one scene where he was in the shower and he's like,
and I think that's how the show opens.
Yeah, he like was beating his chest. Like we still haven't learned much about it, but he definitely has his character has a music past. They've like referenced it in different parts, and apparently like he went through this bad breakup, and then I think he maybe quit playing his music or whatever. So anyway, there's different parts where they like include music, and I mean, music is cool. I love music. I mean, like I've always loved music.
Who doesn't love music?
Yeah, like music just like speaks to the soul,
But one thing that we should talk about is this show is extremely stressful.
It is.
If you suffer from any kind of anxiety,
yes,
this is going to be a hard watch for you, especially that second episode.
Yeah, so that second episode was really like hard to watch because I mean, I think a lot of people struggle with like anxiety, and not so much, I don't know if you would say depression or not. I know a lot of times like anxiety and depression get lumped together. But this
It's
show,
a full on like 30-minute anxiety trip, and you're like
it's
in
like,
there with him, and you feel every little bump in the road.
You watch him realize that he is having an anxiety attack, and it's just, for anyone who's ever been through it before, you're just like, it's like almost like funny because you're like, holy shit, like I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah.
And then like you said, it's also like makes you feel like you're gonna have one because you're like, I can't take this. Like this is really hard to watch because it was very rough. And like we get this like scene where he like, I think maybe it was like his first one because he thought he was having a heart attack.
Yeah.
And I mean, if you've ever had like an anxiety attack or a panic attack before, like that is what it feels like. And so, he's like trying to call the doctor and he has like insurance problems. And he's just like, you just see him like talking through it and like his friends trying to help him. And I don't know, it was pretty hard to watch, but it's I think it's good to like have a show about this where people can relate to it and I don't know, just talk about it more and just make you feel like, you're not alone, I guess, if you've ever dealt with something like that.
Yep.
So, but it kind of like goes into like, it just shows how he deals with like different aspects of his life.
Yeah,
like
he's a school teacher, but it doesn't really go into a lot of that, at least not yet. It's more like just what he does after school.
It shows like that from what we see, like he's a great teacher.
Yeah.
Like he seems great with his students. I think he's like a 5th grade teacher.
Yeah.
Yeah. And like we show like, it shows like his relationship with his mother and his family and stuff.
Yeah. I mean, this is a high recommendation, I would say.
Yeah.
Probably of anything we talk about tonight, I would give this one maybe the highest recommendation.
Really?
For people to check out. Obviously, it's not over yet.
Yeah.
We're only 3 episodes in.
Yeah.
It could just completely go off a cliff in the next few.
Right.
But yeah, it's a different show, and I dig it. I like it.
Yep, for sure.
But yeah, we'll definitely be talking about it a little bit more as it wraps up. I don't know how many episodes it's going to be.
I don't either. Well, maybe 10. I can't remember. I feel like I saw it,
But we'll briefly talk about the latest episode of Ted Lasso.
We'll bring it back up a little bit.
It was an enjoyable episode. It was a Christmas episode.
It was a Christmas episode, so that's always weird.
It was weird to watch. Christmas episode
when it's August.
But I like this episode.
But, Ted Lasso, like, you really can't go wrong if you just want to watch something and, like, not feel bad about yourself.
Yeah, it's like the opposite of Mr. Corman.
Like, it just...
we actually recommend you watch Mr. Corman and then you watch Ted Lasso to feel better before you go to bed. It's like the perfect recipe every Friday night.
Yeah, like Ted Lasso, the show, like, they touch on emotional things and everything. Yeah. But the way that they do it, it's just, I don't know. It's just a really good, a
little bit more lighthearted approach.
Yeah. Like Jason's, I can never say his last name.
Sudeikis.
Thank you. I was totally not going to say that.
Sudoku.
I mean, he just does a fantastic job at playing Ted Lasso's character.
He does.
Yeah. He's enjoyable to watch and just makes you feel good watching it. So
yeah, another solid episode of Ted Lasso. So let's get to the main event, and that's Pig. A new Nicolas Cage movie, starring him and a pig. And it may sound ridiculous.
And spoiler alert: the pig's not in it that damn much. So if you really wanted a pig,
yeah,
it's not in there very much.
Well, we're not going to spoil this one.
Oh, okay.
We're not going. Well, I mean, we can spoil that because that's the premise of the movie. They take the pig.
Right.
They take the pig.
I was just hoping for some more pig action.
Yeah. Well, I don't know what to do for you there. The pig action. Yeah. The pig was good. What'd you like? I feel like you like Pig a little bit more than I did. So I'll let you take the lead on this one.
I thought it was good. I mean, the story was kind of like weird, but I feel like they wanted it to be kind of weird.
Yeah, I think this movie has like a 97% on Rotten
Wow.
Tomatoes.
I wonder like what it is that people
And they
are
were
like,
saying that was the highest rated Nicolas Cage movie that there's ever been.
Really?
That he's ever been, which makes sense. A lot of his movies are goofy action films and straight to DVD and horror movies nowadays. And I'm surprised that like Raising Arizona or something like that isn't a little bit higher. But I guess 97% is a pretty tall hill to climb. But
yeah, I mean, he's like, I mean, I don't know what we can talk about and what we can't.
I mean, it's basically, I'll give you the premise. Basically, Nicolas Cage, he lives out. I almost thought this movie was set in like the 1800s when it first started.
Really?
Because I didn't know too much about the movie. But he's out like in a cabin. He's digging up mushrooms, truffles, what they call
You're the
them.
one that told me that.
Truffle mushrooms, which apparently like they're super expensive. Like chefs will pay.
I thought that they were digging
we
up
thought they were
shrooms.
drugs at first. Somebody clued
drugs.
me in on some insight, but which makes sense in context of the rest of the movie. But
right.
He's digging up these very expensive like truffle mushrooms out of the ground, and apparently like they'll pay thousands of dollars for these, or like a delicacy. And he's selling them to Alex Wolff's character, who's also in the movie. And he takes them to his restaurant. Yeah, he was
I
very
liked
good.
him in this.
He's a very good actor. He's good in a lot of stuff. Hereditary, Jumanji.
Not old.
Not old. Yeah, you're right about that. I forgot. There's 2 Alex Wolff movies in a row that we watched. But yeah,
we'll blame the like writing on that one or something.
We gotta blame old M. Night for that one. I would say this is probably, if you're just going off of like strictly performance, this is probably Nicolas Cage's one of his strongest performances that he's ever done.
To be fair, though, he doesn't really have to talk that much in this.
He doesn't, which is also strange because coming off of what I watched earlier this year, Willy's Wonderland, I know you didn't watch it with me. He doesn't say one word in that movie. So I don't know if he has like maybe a problem with his throat or something right now. He's not
think
speaking.
That's intentional?
I don't really.
That would be crazy.
It might just be a coincidence. But
yeah.
He was in another movie this year too.
Maybe they think
4 movies this year.
Okay, listen, you're gonna make good movies now, but the thing is you can't talk.
You can't talk,
and it's working.
He does talk in this movie though. It takes a little bit for him to get going, but he does talk.
Yeah, but he doesn't.
He's doling out these little tidbits of wisdom here and there as he goes.
But it's not a ton. Not a ton is required of him.
Yeah. The only problem is at this point, Nicolas Cage's career, when you see Nicolas Cage, it's hard to not see Nicolas Cage and all of the goofy shit that he's done in his whole career.
And I mean, I haven't seen a lot of that, so for me, it's not hard.
So it's difficult to look past that to really dig into this character and like his performance. Overall, I think he does a really good job. There's a very impactful scene at the end that I think he sells quite well. And overall, I mean, I enjoyed this movie. The ending, I'll say, and I'm not going to spoil anything. It's kind of just felt like I don't want to say cheap, but it just felt like a non-finished kind of ending. It wasn't the ending I wanted.
Me either.
And that's okay. Not all movies are meant to give you what you want.
Right.
But yeah, it struck me the wrong way, and I didn't like it.
Yeah.
But I won't talk about it. It was an artistic choice.
Just considering, the name of the movie, and I don't know. I just didn't see it going that way.
I understand the decision. It just, I don't know. There's just something about the way it was handled and the way that the movie was structured up until then. I just didn't feel like it was the right thing to do, but it's not my movie.
Yeah. So. And I mean, some of the story was just like weird for me and like not necessarily believable.
Well, they were treating him like John Wick the whole movie. Like he would walk in, like he's this guy that's been on the outskirts of town in a cabin, and then he goes into modern civilization because this movie's set in modern time.
But can I talk about the fact that he's a chef?
Yeah, we can talk about all that. I mainly don't want to spoil like what happens at the end.
Okay, well, for me, I just feel like, you've got he's gone off the grid, but then we find out that he was like this really big time chef. But then also there's this like underground fighting thing. Like there were just like a lot of weird aspects to it that I'm just like, is that like real life? Like, is that real shit? I don't.
Yeah, he's a chef, like a big time chef. He was Like there's
and
people.
we still don't know exactly like
He's
why he
visiting
went
these
off the
people
grid.
at their restaurants, and they're talking to him about how like much of a legend he is, and how like they inspired him,
and how they haven't seen him in so long that they thought he was dead.
Yeah, that they thought he was dead.
He definitely like apparently like disappeared without telling anyone, and we never really get the answer to that either. All we get is him playing a tape of a woman's voice.
Yeah.
And I mean, I won't go into that,
but he walks into a room and they're all like gasping like he's back or something, and they treat him like he's, I know you haven't seen John Wick, but they treat him like he's John Wick or something when he walks in, like he's some badass.
And I don't even know how.
So that's what I was expecting for a little bit, and it turns out he's just a chef. So it was
right.
strange.
And I don't even know how anybody would recognize him, because he's pretty much like beat the hell up this whole movie. Like he looks like shit.
Oh yeah. Well, that's the thing. You have this underground fighting thing underneath the restaurant, which is they don't bet on fights. They bet on how long you'll last, how long you can get your ass kicked.
Right.
So he walks in there to kind of prove himself, to move on to the next point, to find his pig. He gets the shit kicked out of him for like a minute, and he lasts a minute before he falls over.
And he just like leaves it there.
And he has blood all over his face, and he doesn't clean his face. So you go the next hour of the movie with blood all over his face.
And even before that, he was like very dirty and
Yeah. And they even comment on it when he's in the restaurant. It's like, do you want to go? Do you need like medical attention or something?
Right. That's what I was thinking too before they even said it. I'm like, how is he in this fancy ass restaurant and nobody's addressing the fact that he looks like a homeless man?
Because he is who he is.
I know, but I also, like I said, I don't know how anybody recognized him, because he couldn't have looked like that when he was like a big time chef. But maybe he did. I don't know.
You know what I want to see? I want to see the origin story for this character.
I know.
I want to see the pig prequel.
I would be interested in that.
Yeah.
How he became that way and when he got the pig. And
yeah, because I could see this being, it's obviously not going to be as big as like a John Wick, but I could see this being like the chef version of like John Wick. So they could go back and like explain why he's such a big deal and his origin, and maybe give us a sequel. Maybe it's a sequel. I don't know. But let's see. 4K Deary says I need to check out Pig. Yeah, right now it's $6.99 on Vudu.
Amazon is where we got it.
Amazon and Vudu, all the streaming services and stuff. So I don't know. It's hard to recommend.
You've paid more for shittier. Come on.
I definitely have. I'm not saying I haven't. It's just it's a different movie. So go in expecting to be disappointed in the ending, and not be satisfied, and you may like it. I don't know.
Man, if you can handle it. He's really selling it.
Pig, the ending was fantastic, says Bifford Hobbit. It broke me worse than Manchester by the Sea.
Ooh, let's not even talk about that movie.
Yeah, it's a rough ending. It's a rough ending for sure. But what would you give Pig overall? The Pig.
I'm going between a 3 and a 3.5.
I'll give it a 3.75. I'll give it the same as Free Guy.
Okay.
For very different reasons. Because this is a movie I could see watching again and maybe liking more. Maybe liking more and more every time I watch it.
Well, to be fair, you were also tired when we watched it.
I was tired. It's a little different when I'm watching something. But also, I watched The Suicide Squad when I came home from work, and I was very tired.
Yeah.
But this is a different movie than that.
That. Suicide Squad's like very like action.
This feels like an A24 type movie, but it's not A24.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, Pig. It's a good movie. It's a good movie. It's a good movie. So, yeah.
It's bedtime.
We're done. We've reached the end. If anybody's got anything else to say, leave it in the chat. If not, we'll go ahead and bounce up out of here. We got Brian Goes Blue in here. Says, hey guys, what's up? I know he was messaging me earlier about Mr. Corman because they had started watching it.
Oh,
and he was talking to me about the very stressful episode.
Oh, what'd he say about it?
Yeah, basically same thing we said.
Yeah.
Very stressful and hard to watch.
It was.
But yeah, guys, thank you all for joining us. If you haven't liked the video yet, please hit the like button. Subscribe to our channel if you haven't already. Turn on those bell notifications. Comment down below when the stream ends. If you watch the replay, any of that stuff, the comments help the video's performance and all that stuff, and we would greatly appreciate it. But If you don't have anything else to say.
You mentioned it briefly earlier, but be on the lookout for our weekend rollout.
Weekend rollout where we tell you everything coming out. And looking at this list, because I've already started it, it's a jam-packed weekend again. So a lot of cool stuff coming out.
Lots coming out. So be on the lookout for that video. Probably later tomorrow.
Yep.
Probably in the evening is when we'll upload it. So you'll be able to decide what you're going to watch this weekend. And like you said, there's probably a lot to check out.
I'll check out. And we'll be back next week for another live stream. And thank y'all for joining Married with Media Live, episode 6.
Episode 6.
And we'll see you guys later.
Bye, guys.